Setting goals is an essential part of professional and personal development. It gives you direction, motivation, and a sense of purpose. But have you ever found yourself stuck in a goal that seems impossible to achieve? Or maybe you have given up on your goals because they seem too ambitious. The truth is, achieving your most ambitious goals is possible, and it requires a set of skills and strategies to make them a reality. So today, in this podcast, you will get to know how to make your dreams a reality.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board Flight to Youth 22. We are currently first in line for takeoff and are expected to be on air in approximately 20 seconds' time. We ask that you please fasten your seatbelts at this time and turn off any distractions as your full attention is highly appreciated. Before we begin, let us first correct our niyat lillahi ta'ala and open both our hearts and minds. Thank you for choosing Legends Airline of KESAN. We hope you enjoy your flight.
So, one of the very first steps into achieving your most ambitious goals is actually for you to write them down. Writing them down makes it easy for you to keep track of the things that you're going to need to do or the things that you wanted to do. Keep track of the destinations that you wanted to go to. And secondly, it keeps you focused. Say, for example, you review or revise your goals, your listed goals every day. You have a clear set of destination where you want it to go. And in turn, this helps you to prioritize and make decisions daily because you know where you want it to go. You know what your goals are, and it's very, very clear. And lastly, it actually feels very rewarding once you've achieved a goal of yours and you crossed off the list, especially when you've achieved it before the set deadline and you've achieved your goals in ways that you never really envisioned doing it, or you never really imagined the process that you have to go through in order to achieve that. Say, for example, one of my bucket lists is to go to Switzerland for a vacation, just to have fun. But I managed to cross it off my bucket list because I was invited for, say, for example, to work on a project in Switzerland. And technically, I did achieve my goals going to Switzerland, but maybe not necessarily for vacation, but for work project. But at the end of the day, I still went to Switzerland, so it still feels very rewarding crossing it off the bucket list. So the second step in trying to achieve your most ambitious goal is for you to create an action plan and break the big plan or the big goals into smaller ones, because oftentimes goals are long term and they're very time consuming. You can't achieve it overnight. So making an action plan helps you to do it step by step, little by little, to avoid the feeling of being overwhelmed. And making action plans also helps you to know to identify the things that you need in order to achieve your goals. Say, for example, your goals is to deliver a speech publicly in a large audiences, maybe in the UN, United Nations, who knows? And you can't do that tomorrow, you can't do that next week either, because you need to have things to do in between. Say, for example, how do I get into the UN? What are the things that I needed to do in order for me to get there? Say, I need to prepare documents, I need to practice, and start small by joining speech or debate competition in school, join clubs, and networking with other people, meeting people who has experienced it before, asking them how did they get there, because I can't just do it in a span of 1 month, because the opportunities may not come now. Opportunities come later on. And building your skills from now on until the day that you're going to do it is very much essential, and you need action plans for it. You need to plan out what you are going to do, what you're going to practice on from now on until the day that you're going to have the chance. The third step into achieving your most ambitious goals is for you to reflect and adjust. say you already have an action plan, you work on it, but you realize that it doesn't really work out for you. Say whatever that you're working on right now is actually not helping you to get a step closer to your big goals. And if it doesn't work, what happened? How can you get back on track? Hence, this reflection session that you are going to do with yourself is essential for you to regain your focus, because as mentioned before, goals are long term and they're time consuming, and it doesn't work, or you can't achieve it by tomorrow. And our daily lives are constantly filled with a lot of things. Most likely there are distractions. And how do we get rid of the distractions? What are the things that we need to fill in our daily lives with? Those are the things that we need to identify as well. And we need to reflect and make small adjustment into our daily lives, so that the actions that we do can contribute to achieving our big goals. Talking about smaller plans not working out, failures are inevitable in our daily lives, in the process of trying to achieve your big goals, and that's okay. However, we do need to acknowledge the fact that we did fail, and we hold accountability. When you hold accountability for it, you're accountable for your own action. It means taking responsibility for the decisions that got you where you are today, the mistakes that you made, and learning from them, because you are the only person in control of your life and decision making. And hence, accepting failures now and then, facing setbacks, and not making excuses for yourself helps you to get back up, finding the support, and keep going to achieving your most ambitious goals. And lastly, it is for you to celebrate your win. It doesn't really matter if you've achieved the smaller goals, the smaller action plan, or the big goals, because the process of getting towards achieving your most ambitious goals may not necessarily be easy. And when you've done something good, when you've achieved it, you deserved it because you worked hard for it. Hence, don't discredit yourself, because your goals, they matter a lot to you. It means a lot to you. Hence, praise yourself, take yourself somewhere, treat yourself. It's your day. Celebrate your win because you have achieved your goals. That's it for this episode of the podcast. We hope you find it helpful and informative. Remember, setting ambitious goals is possible, and with the right skills and strategies, you can make them a reality. Don't be afraid to dream big and write down your goals. Create an action plan, reflect, and adjust as you go. And also, not to forget, celebrate your wins along the way. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.